Green season is here, and you know what that means? We're playing green decks only. Celebrating the release of the Double Typhoon set, Bandai is promoting two special events across all local game stores, with the first one being the Double Typhoon pre-release and the second one, the Spring Break event. And of course, there are going to be some exclusive alt-art cards that we've never seen before just by participating and playing as well. And you guys are going to be joining me with my adventure today as we try to top one of these events, and let's quickly talk about what deck I'm going to be playing. If you watch my video talking about some of the best decks that you guys can be bringing for this particular event, then you guys probably know we're bringing in back Leopardmon X, and it's time for the upgrade with X Antibody. It goes without saying, Leopardmon from BT13 is our main go-to boss Digimon of the deck, but we also got a couple of other green deva cards that we can utilize as the core engine of the deck. The playstyle focuses on more top-hand heavy cards, which is why we have a lot of level 5s, and you actually want to be hard playing them as much as you can so that you can digivolve into your level 6s, meaning that you're not really trying to traditionally build your stack from a level 3, 4, or onwards. And by hard playing the EX5 deva cards, you can put another deva card in your breeding area for free, so you're essentially playing two bodies at a time. And because of that unique approach, you're not necessarily required to rely on your Digi-Egg cards, but it is still very important to run them. For this particular build, I went for Kokomon from EX4 just for additional draw power. And this might sound a little bit unusual. I actually tend to like to go first with this deck because you can go hard slap your body, and usually your opponent shouldn't have any removals that can deal with it right off the bat in their first turn. And then afterwards, going back to yours, you can start ramping up and start going for your bigger combo. And that is because it can then start going wide as much as possible and playing a lot of stronger bodies that are level 5 again and again, turn after turn. Thanks to Leopardmon, you're able to play your green Digimon by reducing the cost by 4, meaning any of your rookie and champions are essentially going to be free. And as you ramp up to Leopardmon X, by making sure that Leopardmon is underneath it, you can then play your level 5s for reducing the cost by 7, and most of them that we run are 7 costs or less too. And because you're always establishing a level 5 body on the board, it certainly makes sense to be including some level 6 ace cards in the deck as well. And the ones I decided to splash in is the Mega Gargomon Ace from the newest Double Typhoon set, and as well as Rust Tyrannomon, the promo one, because I simply love trashing the opponent's security. But with that being said, let's head on over to our first event. So for round 1, we actually got a bye because we had an odd number amount of players, and I guess I was just the lucky one. But still, I managed to pull someone from the side to play test with me, as I want to play this deck particularly against Bloomlordmon, just because I think Bloomlord is a very, very formidable and really strong deck, not just only for this particular green format, but also in the whole BT15 format as well. We did end up going second, but that's totally fine because this particular deck is still able to ramp up as long as you hard play your bodies and set one at the back, and then eventually you still want to see your Leopardmon, and sort of the whole concept and combos is still remaining exactly the same. And this is still very beneficial, especially when the opponent can't answer you immediately in the short run when it comes to you before seeing your Leopardmon and Leopardmon X. And since most of us know, Bloomlord is capable of going super wide in one single turn, which is why Quartzmon is a really good clutch card for this particular matchup, being able to suspend down their stuff and also potentially gaining a lot of memory back afterwards. You can able to swing over their Digimon or even swing at security and trash quite a bit while at the same time. However, they do have access to Quantumon, so it's kind of important to juggle between when to sort of get into your Quartzmon, just because Quantumon is able to remove almost any Digimon in our deck, not even just our Leopardmon X, so we gotta be prepared for that. We did manage to get a little bit lucky because the opponent wasn't able to see their level 4s to go into their Sunflow combos and start going wide, which bought us some time so then we can go wide, and turn after turn, we notice that and we start capitalize off of it to build our wide board, and before they know it, we start swinging them at them as much as we could to win our games as quickly before they can make a comeback. So for our round 2, we faced off against the Terriermon and the Mega Gargomon deck, now with the all-new support from Double Typhoon. This deck was a little bit more grindier and a little bit more tougher matchup just because of Rapidmon, and Mega Gargomon has a lot of control aspects, and the whole game turned out to be a lot of back and forth, and it turned into the grind game of who can utilize and sort of stay as long as possible with as much resources. Even though we have built-in removal in the form of Leopardmon X by bouncing their Digimon back to their hand, in this particular matchup it isn't as valid as it seems, just because because they can get access to their gold Rapidmons, and Mega Gargomon aces all over again every time, and it makes it difficult because we always have to try to play around it or try to place towards it afterwards and try to go for a follow-up game plan. But the overall goal of trying to go as wide as possible hasn't changed, and we're trying to find an opportunity to control the board and make sure that they don't have a Digimon on their side, and once they don't and they don't have anything raising, we can start attacking them as much as we can and try to make multiple swings to go for game. I gotta say, splashing in 2 copies of the newer Rapidmon from the Double Typhoon set definitely came in clutch in this matchup just because of his de-digivolving aspect to get rid of the Mega Gargomon and effectively making a 3-cost hard play when it comes to a level 5. If not, we can utilize it to play it for free with Leopardmon X. In the end, we're able to establish a strong board presence in order to win our game. For the third and final round, we played against a heavy Leomon or Leomon deck with a bit of a gotcha twist. It is very interesting because my opponent opted in to play the Tortomon alongside with Mami Tyronmon to go for the gotcha style, which ensures them to get into their heavy Leomon every time. And by doing so, heavy Leomon has 13k DP and the Tortomon inheritable gives an extra 3000, making it a 16k body, which guarantees to take out almost any Digimon in security. But despite having such a strong body, this actually is quite a good matchup for Leopardmon X in particular because it mainly focuses on bouncing. And by bouncing the heavy Leomon back to the opponent's hand, they're not able to utilize their fortitude or their on deletion effects to gain further value overall. And this is one of the things that why it's really important for this deck to get rid of the opponent's board first before you start attacking, just because you don't want to chip away their security, giving them too much value, especially when you hit into like Tamers, Memory Boost, or even training cards. I gotta say, the EX4 Antibody certainly came in clutch to help us close the game quicker for this particular match, just because we're able to slap down one of our EX5 Deva bodies and then put down Antibody in our breeding area. Or once we are able to do so with Leopardmon X, we can push it out and also play another body for free and use the Antibody with the brand new body to suspend an alliance for 15k at least for 2 checks, and then the rest of it can just deal with it one at a time and we'll finish the game that way. And by being able to maintain a steady game pace with getting into Leopardmon and Leopardmon X over and over again, it helped us secure the win for sure. And by finishing first place with this particular event, we managed to get ourselves the first play prizing and a bunch of other packs as well. So let's open it up and showcase you guys how magnificent they really are. The Double Typhoon pre-release packs includes 2 different Terriermons, one from BT3 and the other from BT6. Now I do remember the BT3 Terriermon Alt-Art in particular was originally a Chinese exclusive, but it's actually very nice to finally see this in English as well. Other than that, the Double Typhoon Cup pack has 2 cards per pack, which mainly includes cards from the advanced deck itself. As for the Spring Break cards, we got a participation pack which includes the EX4 Terriermon, Lotmon, and the Tamers of Henry Wong and Shu Chang Wang. And all of them are brand new alt-arts alongside with the Double Typhoon card, which is what you get for winning. This card is certainly the most prized one because of not only its amazing artwork, the foiling and texture is absolutely phenomenal when it came to the design. I remember Bandai leaking this during the Bandai Card Game Fest, which I attended in LA during Nationals, and it is really cool to finally see this in person and in my hands. For those who don't know, these Spring Break Alt-Art cards are currently English exclusive at the time of making this video. However, I do hope you guys that are in other regions will be getting them soon as well, just because of how magnificent they are. Other than these cards, I also won a bunch of EX5 and BT15 packs just from winning the event. Any Alt-Art or even Secret Rare might do. Maybe Metal Garurumon would be very nice. With the spring break and green season over, I'm definitely looking forward to get back into the BT15 grind for sure. If you guys enjoyed these kind of vlog videos, definitely let me know down below. What other decks would you guys like to see featured on this channel? And of course, if you enjoy vlog videos like these, make sure to watch this one right here as I played in the North American Nationals with over 900 people. Once again, be sure to like this video if you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe for more. And as always, you guys have a great day, great night, wherever you are. See you next video. And this is AVAULT signing out.